God forbid the worst happens and your teenage son or daughter disappears and you have to go on their social media to figure out what possibly could have happened to them. Do you know your kids that well? Who are they portraying themselves as on social media? Could you identify friends? Could you identify the people they're talking to? This is what searching taps into, and it taps into it really well. Searching stars John Cho and, to my surprise, Deborah Messing. I didn't realize she was in it. I don't remember her from the trailers, although I think I only watched the trailer once. And she's really good, so that was a nice surprise. There are some twists and turns. I'm going to keep this spoiler free, but the short version is you got a single father with a teenage daughter, and she goes missing. Now, if you've seen the trailer, this does kind of look like Unfriended, and more recently Unfriended Dark Web, which I talk about. You can check that video out. So this might deter people. It's kind of the same thing, but it isn't. This is really a much better version of those two movies. But it is shot in a similar style where you're looking at a computer screen, people typing, FaceTime video. There's some closed circuit TV shots, chat rooms, stuff like that. So that is how this movie is presented. Overall, I enjoyed the movie. What I really enjoyed was the beginning. And not that it was better than the rest of it, just the way it was presented. It reminded me of what you would see at an end of a movie that was based on a true story, like Lone Survivor, something like that, where you would see the soldiers, actual footage of them, video of them. This began kind of that way, in the fact that it started years ago, where the teenage daughters now, you see her first grade picture. And it's all through social media. It's all through how the family had their 3 separate accounts on Windows, and how they shared the calendar, they shared pictures with family, and as the internet and everything grew, you saw the progression, them going to YouTube, them going to Facebook. So, the mom, the daughter, and the husband were all really connected through social media, and that was kind of cool to see the family backstory that way. That really drew me in. Now, the movie did a very good job establishing the bond between the family, but this movie is really carried by John Cho, and he's really good. He realizes his daughter's missing, and you can just see his not too concerned. She stayed over a friend's house overnight to study. She's done that before, piano lessons. But as he starts going into her social media and figure out where he is, just basically friends to call and say, hey, she was supposed to be with you. Did you see her? He realizes that she really didn't have that many friends, and all of a sudden, what he pictured her daughter to be was something other than that. And I found that really interesting. And once that's kind of established, it turns into basically a thriller, a detective story, where he's trying to figure out what happened to his daughter and who was the last to see her. Now, after Dad's preliminary searching, that's when he goes, hey, I need help. He goes to the police. Deborah Messing's the detective assigned to the case. Then they really realize something probably bad has happened, and the Amber Alert goes out. And I thought that was done really well. You can feel, especially the dad, John Cho, you can just see the exhaustion in him, the concern, the frustration. And the movie does a really good does a really good job of kind of leading you one direction, then there was a connect. Oh, who's this person she was chatting to on this other social media site, and who's connected to who? I thought it really did a good job and built that suspense of, once you thought you saw the direction the movie was going, it gave you a little left turn, and you're like, oh, okay, wow, I didn't see that coming. Another thing the film does well is how it presents social media, how good it can be and how bad it can be. Because once the Amber Alert goes out, there's a Facebook's page dedicated to the search, and then there's a hashtag that starts, find Margot, and all the support starts pouring in. The dad's reading the comments, thoughts and prayers, hope your daughter's found safe. Then it also shows the trolls, like, hey, I know where that bitch is at, I'm pimping her out. So it really shows, the arc, the 180 degrees of what social media can do, the good and just the deplorable. And it really, kind of brought a reality to it, going, yeah, I could see some idiot posting something like that. Overall, I enjoyed the movie. It was enough twists and turns to keep you interested. I don't know how much legs these kind of movies have, like Unfriended Dark Web and other similar movies where everything's told through a video camera, FaceTime. Although I will say that the look of the film, the graininess of the video really enhances how tired John Cho was, the dad, how frustrated he was. And Deborah Messing, she was pretty raw in this too, So I enjoyed that, but the overall experience, I say the pitfall is, some of the daughter's social media was password protected, so he kind of whips through and forget password, guesses something. So he kind of breaks those codes pretty fast. And I can understand why, because you can't have a movie that's 2 days long of someone trying to figure out someone's password. But Unfriended Dark Web did that, where they're just so fast and they can access these things so quickly to move the story along. So it kind of fell into that pitfall. But overall, this is a pretty good thriller drama. The performance is really solid. It's a good movie. I like the ending, although I'd say 85-90% of the movie kept me guessing. Then maybe 15 minutes towards the end, I said, okay, I think I know how this one's going to end. But up until then, it's really good. The performances are solid. I'd recommend this one. Don't let Dark Web and that stuff kind of turn you off to this if you're kind of tired of this. This presents this type of filmmaking in a fresh and more kind of dramatic way. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Also subscribe if you're not. If you are a subscriber, make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when new videos come up. A little footnote, I will be a little bit of a hiatus. I'm moving. If I were to look around the house or show you around the house, everything's boxed up. So in the new house, I have a dedicated loft where I can put up my posters and stuff and give you a better viewing experience. So the next video will be an update, a channel update. Then probably late September, early October, I'll start reviewing films again and more new content. So check out that update video when it's up. Also throw up some other videos we've done, maybe Unfriended Dark Web if you want to see my take on that. And until next time, thanks for stopping by Color Positive Movies.